Hello everyone and welcome to today's writing vlog. I am starting off this vlog with a purpose, with a mission, because I have this newfound spark and I guess motivation to get things going with my book. So right now I'm at a little bit over 9,000 words. I'm really hoping to hit 10,000 by the end of the vlog. Hopefully even more than 10,000. We'll just see how long I end up vlogging for, but I feel like I'm done with the setup, at least as much of setup as I can get at this point. And I'm at the point where things really got to start going and moving, because now the point that I'm at, all of the main characters for the most part have already been introduced. So now I feel like I'm at the point where I kind of got to get going, not because of any external pressure. It's really just my own. I am getting really excited about this book that I just want to see it in completion. Like, I feel like I'm falling in love with everybody and I don't know all that they're about to embark on and the character development and everything. So I'm just excited. I feel excited to get going. If you saw, I even have this little dry erase board that I just randomly found, and I started just like kind of having a character thing. It looks like a mess, but in my mind it kind of makes sense because I think it will help me with brainstorming things. I also want to kind of do some plotting, I think, in this video because I haven't done any plotting. I'm not much of a plotter. Everything's in my mind, and if I have an idea, I have a random Google Doc that I just jot it down in. I think it would be good to kind of have like the main story plotted out and then, I don't know, see what ends up working for me, because all this time so far I kind of just been winging it. I guess I'm a pantser. I just write and see what comes out, and so far so good. Everything's been coming out the way that I kind of wanted it to. So I do want to get some plotting done for a few reasons. One, like I said, I'm ready to read this book. I feel like this is a book that I would really love to read myself, and so I'm getting kind of excited and eager to just kind of throw it out there. Also, Nano is coming up, and this would be my first NaNoWriMo, so I think it would be helpful to get things going for that. I don't know how I'm gonna structure doing well in Nano, and I kind of want to have an outline just so I don't have to think too much, because a lot of writing is just staring at a screen and being like, okay, now what do I write? So if I have an idea of what is to come, then hopefully that will save me a lot of time, especially with the amount of words that I'm hoping to accomplish during Nano. I want to do all the writing things in this vlog, so we're gonna get to writing. It's already, what time is it? 6:30. I'm gonna try to write for the night. Maybe I'll give you an update if I have anything significant to mention. Thankfully, I don't work for the next 2 days. So Monday and Tuesday I don't work. Wednesday I only work for a half day. Thursday I don't work again. And then Friday it's another half day. So I feel like this week, if I end up vlogging this entire week, should be dedicated for writing. I should have a lot of words down on this paper if I can dedicate myself to it. Also, tomorrow I'm live streaming with Brielle, so hopefully I can get a lot done during those streams as well. But yeah, I think that's it for this little intro. We're gonna go ahead and get writing. I'll let you guys know on any updates that happen throughout. I think I already mentioned I'm about like 9,000 words. I think I'm on chapter 7, midway through chapter 7, and I just made a new character. His name is Koji, and I think I might love him. I literally just came up with this character today and decided that he's gonna have a significant role in this story. Even though he said like only a couple sentences so far, I'm already loving him, and I can see the potential and the purpose that Koji will bring to this story. And if you're new here, a quick little summary of me and my story. Hello, my name is Amina. I'm 25 years old and I'm writing my first ever novel. I am reviving a book that I wrote when I was, how old was I? It was in 2019, so I was either 19 or 20. I never completed it, and so I want to see this thing through and finally have my story written, and that's just my little dream. It's a fiction book about a girl who gets an internship with the mayor. I don't know all the terminology, excuse me for that, because I really don't know what I'm doing here. I just kind of inserted myself into authortube, but it's taking place in America, but in this America, there is a city that is super duper. How am I gonna be a writer and I can't even find the words to describe my story? Like, this is embarrassing. Okay, it's a very like important city and all the good things that could ever Why can I not find the words? Okay, fiction book in America, There's this city. It's the most important city in the country slash world. All the important technological advancements with health, also arts, culinary, like every good thing ever stems from this city. It's really important. It's like the dream destination as well. People just love this place. And Noah, who's our FMC, gets the opportunity to intern for the mayor of the city. It's also during election season, so it's really important for the mayor to not have anybody here to jeopardize his re-election. So they definitely butt heads, and of course there's a romance, but this has a love triangle in it with Noah, the mayor, his name is August Ventura, and her friend Xander Vaughn. And her name's Noah Beaumont, in case I've never said that before. So yeah, there's a little love triangle there. Lots of stakes. Maybe at a different time I'll be able to fully articulate what the hell I'm writing and what I'm doing, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. I will share some vibes on the screen right now, so hopefully if my words aren't doing this book justice, then maybe seeing some visuals might help. Anyways, let me go write. Bye! I'm filming a part of the intro for my little vlog, so give me 1 second.
Ignore me.
So as you guys saw, I did some writing and I hit 10,000 words, which is so exciting. My first 10K words, which honestly seems like it's so exciting, right? But I think maybe because I'm thinking too far ahead and thinking of how much longer I have to go, I feel a little, I don't know, just like overwhelmed still, because I feel like things are just now starting to happen and I'm ready to kind of not rush through it, but just kind of get to the juicy bits. And I feel like hitting this 10K milestone is making me feel like, dang, like 10K is a lot, but like I still haven't even gotten to like the meat of it. But I'm hoping to get a lot of things done in this writing session. Primarily, like I'm not too worried about like hitting a certain amount of words, but just like kind of figuring out this one thing that I'm kind of stumped on. So we're gonna go ahead and do this live stream and I will update you guys on how that goes. But still, hitting 10K words, nothing to sneeze at. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to this live stream. So excuse the lighting, you're currently in my little bookshelf nook, but I just finished the live stream and y'all, it was so fun. We talked a lot about writing, of course, but then also at the end we talked about books, and it was so funny because I shared a little bit of a controversial, maybe unpopular opinion about a book that I'm currently reading that some people have DNF'd because they just could not physically continue to read it because of the trigger warnings. But for whatever reason, I'm just not scared off by it, and I've been kind of zooming through this book. So if you want to know, then watch that live stream. I will have it linked down below. But anyways, it was so fun, and I talked about maybe doing a little live stream where we just talk about books. Maybe not so much a book club where we talk about a specific book, but just books in general, because it was really fun towards the end. We laughed so much and I had so much fun doing that. But something that is also really fun that happened is that I finally made a breakthrough in my story. I think I mentioned it before, how I was having a hard time continuing writing because there was like something that I needed to figure out and I couldn't really progress until I figured that something out. And I was worried that I would be making it kind of more complicated because that something is a task that Noah will have to do throughout the duration of her internship, or at least a good chunk of her internship. So I really had to figure that out right now or soon before I could continue writing, and thankfully I was able to do it, and it kind of just hit me like a brick. It feels so like obvious now that that should have been what I decided on, but I'm so happy because when I'm writing a book about politics and government, when I know very little about politics and government, there's like a learning curve for sure, and so I didn't want to like give her something that I myself cannot fully grasp. So yeah, I'm really happy because I was able to figure that out. I wrote, I think, about 200 words, maybe a little bit over 200 200 words during the sprints, which isn't too shabby, especially because I was brainstorming a good majority of the time. So I'm happy with the progress. And now I feel like I guess not the biggest thing, but something that I definitely want to do in the next few days is plot, because I need, or at least I really want to have some type of direction of where the story is going to go, because I feel like I have a lot of my ideas scattered in documents and also in my mind, and I just kind of want to be a little bit more organized with where everything's going. So I think that's the little update I have for tonight. I'm going to edit a little bit today. I should have my ACOTAR reading vlog up by now, so if you want to know my thoughts on the entire series, then be sure to watch that, because I had a lot of fun making that video. But yeah, I'm gonna finish editing that, and then hopefully in the next few days I have a little update for my book. So yeah, bye! Alright guys, so it's been a couple of days since I last updated you guys and came on camera. So I am now at 12,000 words, which is crazy because at the beginning of this video, I'm pretty sure I said I was at like 8,000, I think. 8,000 or 9,000. And I feel like every time I sat down, I was writing at least 1,000 words, which is very nice. Because like I said, I really want to get the show on the road and try my best to complete this book as soon as possible. So I'm so glad that I've been able to make such a dent, honestly. So that has been really nice. I do think though, something that I'm kind of struggling with is knowing like the pacing of how I want like the relationships to build, because I just made a scene where one of the two characters are like friends right now, but they have feelings for each other. And so trying to like demonstrate that there's feelings without making it too obvious, because something that I really hate is when I'm reading a book and like the love interest is showing so much interest in the main character and like showing that they have feelings for them and like doing things that friends just wouldn't do unless they have feelings for each other. And so I hate it when I read books like that and then the main character acts so stupid and oblivious, not knowing if the friend or the love interest likes them back. And it's like my biggest pet peeve. So I'm trying my best to not slip into that. But it's really interesting because now that I'm on the other side as a writer, I can definitely see how it's very easy for that to happen, because I feel like I almost made a scene where that occurred. So I'm trying my best to learn and like read about how to progress feelings between characters and show that there's interest without making it blatantly obvious to the main character, but maybe more obvious to the reader. So yeah, writing is definitely an art form. It's very difficult to do. I've definitely noticed some scenes in my earlier chapters that that definitely will have to go through revisions, because I was not considering the pacing as much then. So yeah, I'm not going to touch it for now. That's, I feel like, has been the hardest part of drafting, is just not going back, because the thoughts that I currently have are subject to change. So it doesn't make any sense for me to go back and change things that could change later on, especially because I feel like I'm still trying to figure out everything about this book. The last clip you just saw of me like on the couch, I was actually outlining, and that was not the first time I started outlining. I did a little bit of outlining earlier this week, and that's very new to me because I'm a pantser for sure, but I have definitely had ideas pop up in my head as I've been writing, and so I've just dumped it in a document, and now I'm kind of trying to organize it. I have an outline document on my computer that I'm working through, and I would say I'm about 40% done with the outline, or at least 40% of the story I know for certain. Then I would say maybe a good 30% I'm iffy about. It's like not as solid, and then the other 30% I just have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm definitely trying my best to outline, because like I said, I'm going to be participating in NaNoWriMo this year, and so I feel like like the easiest way for me to be successful with that is to have an idea about what I'm doing, because a lot of this project so far has been just me staring at a screen, thinking, not really writing. And I feel like that's not unique to me, because you have to like think a lot. Like a lot of writing isn't just writing, it's brainstorming, thinking, drawing lines on boards and talking about it with other people. Like there's a lot about writing besides writing, and researching, another thing, because I am learning so much along the way that I just did not know before. So yeah, so my plan for right now in terms of prepping for Nano is that I want to get to 20,000 words by the time it's November 1st. So right now it is October 18th, so a little bit halfway through October, and I think it's probably possible for me to hit 20,000 words, especially because in this video I went from 8,000 to 12,000 words, and I didn't write every day. Like the last clip you saw of me was the last time I wrote, and it's been a couple days. So I think if I discipline myself, I can definitely hit another 8,000 words by the end of the month. And then on top of that, I would really like to outline at least 90% of my story. I want to have 90% done. I already know what's gonna happen in 90% of the book, and then I'm leaving another 10% just to let my like imagination and creativity flow. If anything changes, if I want to make changes, then I have the flexibility to do so. And I don't think I have really goals of having my entire book completed by Nano, even though that would be really, really nice. But I do want to, like, dare I say, close to the end. I don't know. We're probably gonna make a Preptober video just because I want to have my goals more concrete, and also maybe have some type of schedule, see where I'm at, have a more concrete plan that we can probably discuss a little bit closer to the end of October. But if I can have 20,000 words done by October and then have 90% of my project outlined, then I think I will be set up for success, hopefully by November, and then we can come up with a plan to reach 50,000 words, which would be kind of crazy. I feel like I would have to dedicate a lot of time to doing it, obviously, but yeah, I think it would be smart of me to just have all the videos for that month to be writing related, and then maybe I can have like an extra video about books or languages or whatever I'm feeling if time allows. I don't know, I'll think about it for this Preptober video. But just so I have an idea, I'm curious, when did I make my last writing vlog? It was October 3rd, so I probably started that vlog maybe a little bit in September, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say like it was October 1st to October 3rd. I wrote, I think, 4,000 words? I think I wrote 4,000 words. So if I hit 4,000 words in that video and then 4,000 words in this video, and I'm hoping to have another 8,000 by the end of this month, then I think that's what, 16,000 words in this month, which wouldn't be too bad. So anyways, yeah, we'll go from there. And I feel like too, 16,000, that was just me casually doing it, seeing what I could accomplish without any hard and strict word count goals. So maybe we'll be successful for Nano, I don't know, we'll see. But I really want to get this uploaded soon, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here, and then I will see you guys when we make that Preptober video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.